Once again, I've returned. It's been a work-life balance issue. I've been more working than living, and I'm gonna be trying to live more and getting shit off my chest. Not unlike a certain 33 and a third champion does with WWE. I'm going to be bringing you Yeager shots, where, well, I take shots at our AEW issues or people, and or both. Now, if I'm going to be the bold one to open up a first episode of a series, I'm going to just go ahead and shoot at the top. CM Punk is a fucking issue. If I can, I'm going to quote, well, paraphrase and quote Hangman Page here from August 17th. I'm stubborn. I don't take advice. I listen to what people say, but rarely listen hard. I was part of what created this company, and currently I'm champ. I don't know that I need their advice. Yes, I know bars. I don't know that I need their advice. There's something about trial and error, doing it on your own. I take more pride in that. Honestly, Paige, I can respect that. I can respect maybe hearing legends talk to you, and then you know what? Hearing it, like processing it, taking it in. And you know what? If you like what you hear, then yeah, apply it. Then listen hard to it. But if you feel like that there's plenty of shit in your life that you want to experience for yourself or on your own, then yeah, I fuck with that too. Now, moving on from the quote, let's get more back to the issue at hand. That was apparently the quote that started CM Punk on this downward spiral when he took out of, or where all he stopped listening to was that Hangman Page doesn't take advice from the older talent, the legends that are in the back, that are definitely willing to advise and help stars in their careers. He then took issue with Maxwell Jacob Friedman and called him a fucking child. I mean, Max is one of the youngest people in the roster, but no reason to pretty much look at yourself in the face, look at a younger version of yourself who's honestly better on the mic than you, and yeah, shit on him. No reason for that. But let's talk about the first night, or the night of the media scrum. Sources have all confirmed, and the way that this whole interview started, Tony Khan opened up with, "Do anybody have any questions?" And CM Punk then said, "Yeah, I have a question. Who do y'all like?" He's doing something around the lining of questioning who does any like real reporting, or who do y'all call yourselves real journalists or something? Mainly because Hangman Page called out the fact that Punk may have gotten Colt Cabana fired or moved to Ring of Honor. Whether that's the case or not, there's no reason for Punk to unprovoked say something along those lines. If you had an issue, you either needed to talk to Tony or Paige or both, probably closer to when it happened than waiting the months that it took for you to recover and everything. It just very much looked premeditated, and that's what I'm billing it as, is premeditated. Now, I wanted to wait until the full story came out for the confrontation that happened after Punk decided to try and light AEW on fire, but I'm pretty sure I've made up my mind on this. And hey, if anything that I talk about here ends up being wrong or can be disproven or shit, man, if this whole video goes to crap, then hey, I'll eat crow and I'll apologize and I will admit that I am wrong. But until then, let's keep this rolling. Punk, before I get to the scuffle, Punk, you're just unprofessional. And I mean, yeah, pipe bombs, that should have been like the dead giveaway. I get that. But You derailed an entire interview process and honestly made the owner of the company you work for look like a fucking chump. Here Tony Khan is looking all awkward as you just talk shit about people in the back. And not only the people in the back, but the EVPs who are honestly the reason that you have a job right now. Because without them, there wouldn't have been an AEW to begin with. But yeah, you decided to shoot on them after taking out your personal frustrations, after shitting on fucking children. Not literally, but like, you know what I mean. What did you think was going to happen? Real men discuss something when they see it happening. If they don't talk to you about it, it's probably because, yeah, they either don't care, or they don't take it seriously, or they can just brush things off. You waited and got premeditated with it. And then you went into your locker room because you were so tired from the blood loss and the injury and everything else. You couldn't be bothered to have a conversation with the people you just shat on. Now, if that doesn't sound premeditated, that at the very least sounds like bitch shit for not wanting to face up for your actions. Regardless of whether whether Matt or Punk threw the first punch, there was 5 other people in there that could have broken y'all up to where y'all could have had an argument and talked, which apparently y'all did ad nauseum after you had your scuffle. But apparently the order of events after whoever threw the first punch was Ace Steel confirmed to have thrown a chair at Nick, to have bitten Kenny, who by one account seems to have been trying to get Larry the dog out of the situation because he was starting to make a real ruckus. Which, Kenny, love you for that, man. Animals don't need to be involved in any kind of an injury between two, well, what are supposed to be grown-ass men. Now, everybody in the back, everybody that was involved in that has been at the very minimum suspended. Titles have been thrown up or dropped. And as we saw last night on Dynamite, the trios belts are already on some new people. As we also saw in the beginning of AEW's video, everybody involved has been removed from the opening video. I believe Punk and Steel need to be fired effective immediately. A, for just Punk's outright rank unprofessionalism on top of the fight. Yeah, fireable offenses. Shitting on the company, shitting on the boss, making the boss look like a bitch, and then fighting people who are really just trying to confront you about your fucking words. Ace Steel needs to have charges pressed on him. Assault with a fucking chair, which apparently hit Nick in the head. And then biting Kenny. Where the fuck did you... I mean... Anyways. I will say to that one fan at AEW last night, that was funny. That there was an elite sign with a bite mark taken out of it. That was pretty funny. But yes, as far as Tony's decision go to suspend everybody, fine. That's precedent. That makes it known that, hey, anybody that does this shit is gonna have actions, or there's gonna have repercussions to their actions. I get that from a boss move. Punk, it really just looks like you're trying to get out of your contract and just take some money and run. Looks like you're just trying to get fired. And honestly, if I was Tony Khan, I'd just do it. I wouldn't make you ride out a fucking contract. I wouldn't make you do anything. I was like, fine. WWE doesn't want you. And especially after this, they sure as fuck won't. And I mean, you just ran out your best option of having some kind of longevity. But I mean, your own body can't hold that up. Got a tricep injury from doing a tope, and I mean, I'm no wrestler myself, but that's the first time I've heard of a tricep injury from a tope. And also, this has to be a first where a champion has back-to-back injuries, like after winning belts like this. So, if anything, these, like, you were great when I was a kid. Dropped a pipe bomb that opened some eyes about the company. That was cool. I mean, you were effectively fired for it, and it was a very inflammatory thing to do. And you kind of just set a precedent for promo work. But, I mean, people just parody off of you now. Look at MJF. Honestly, MJF does it better than you now. And honestly, you threw away a great storyline. What could have been a great storyline? Well, not only did you throw away a great storyline, your body also threw away a great storyline. So, Punk, go ahead, heel. I mean, if you're not fired, then sit on your ass. I really don't care to see you on TV anymore. If you're fired, then you won't be missed by me at the very least. Don't know how Chicago's gonna feel about you, but hey, maybe you can be a TV personality there. I'm hoping that the Bucks and the rest of the Elite come back. Brandon Cutler and Christopher Daniels were apparently also suspended, which makes me wonder how involved they got. And makes me wonder why the fuck there wasn't any video footage of anything because, well, Cutler, you always have the camera on hand. So anyway. Look, this has been me shooting on CM Punk, aka Phil, who, yeah, I'll say it a third, fourth, fifth time. I'll say it as many times as anybody asks. Punk needs to go. But until I feel like shooting on something else, and I mean, I've got some ideas. This has been a Yeager shot. T.A.G.